guys.
What's up? What's up? Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, we can tell that my husband has had a trying day.
Um,
Hey guys, welcome to today's All Things Marriage video.
um, as always, well, not as always, I guess. Normally we do our whole, how was the day, whatever. We're gonna kind of bypass that this particular instance, because we have some guests coming on.
Yes, but we do hope that your day has gone well.
Right,
Um,
for sure.
for you guys that are new to the channel, welcome and like, subscribe, share this video, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Right. Also, like you said, like, share, comment, subscribe. If you're not familiar with King's Kids Wellness on Facebook, that's our Facebook group for, health, fitness, mental health, um, spiritual growth, all of that jazz. So be sure to hop over, check into that. And yeah, we're going to hop right into our conversation with our guests. Should we introduce, or we're going to let them introduce themselves?
We can let them introduce themselves.
Bet.
Yeah.
So yeah, guest combo coming up in three, two, one, one. You got to do the on the right. In three, two, one. All right, your timing is just
I don't
started.
know what the what are you talking about?
Okay, when I say coming up in three, two, one,
Uh-huh.
I say three, two, one, and then it flips over.
Oh.
Okay. Guest convo coming up in three, two, one.
So guys, we have with us today Fred and Christina Tucker. Welcome guys. Thank you for coming on
Mm-hmm.
today.
Yeah, thank you all for having us.
For sure. So before we actually get all the way in, we want you guys to kind of introduce yourselves a little bit. Who you are, what you do, how you guys met, how you got together. What's your story essentially?
All right. So,
or as much as you want to share.
Right, right.
okay.
He can tell you.
All right, look. All right. So, I was stationed in Fort Bliss, Texas. I did about 3 years active duty, and I met Christina through a friend. What was it, 1997, and he kind of introduced us and everything like that, and just kind of got swept away with each other. And she got me at the age of 19. So so we've been married going on what, 24?
Yeah,
24 years.
April
Yeah,
will be 24.
April will be 24 years.
Congratulations.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been great. I mean, I had a lot of people when I was active, and being young at that age, getting married. A lot of people are going, man, why you want to get married so young? But I would do it again in a heartbeat. Because yeah, this woman right here is my life right here. I love her to death. Yeah, but I mean, we met for Miss Texas, and after we after I got out, we came back home and everything like that. And the rest is what it is. I don't know what to tell
Okay.
you.
Okay, that's awesome.
Uh, so we know you guys have your kids. Most of what you're grown now.
Yes.
Most.
So yeah, baby girl is six. She's gonna be 16 next month, so that's our youngest. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
yeah.
So 24 years. That is a long time for today's standards. Right. I think the statistic is something around
It's like 8 years.
yeah, like somewhere
It's
between
8 years.
5 and 10 years is
Yeah.
where most people say, all right, we're done, we're getting divorced, we can't take each other no more.
Right.
Mhm.
So us being at the 5 year marks, June would be 6 years for us. What's the secret?
I mean, for me, it's always been communication.
Mm.
I'll be honest. I get on her nerves every day.
Pretty much.
But we somehow managed to still overcome little things, because I mean, as you get to know each other, we don't know everything about each other prior to
Right.
marriage and everything, but as we grow together, we really have that mindset that this isn't hey, let's try to see how it goes, and if things don't work out, hey, we can always do it again. We both came into it with the mindset that this is for life. I don't want another wife. I'm good.
Right.
I
Right.
want to grow with this lady right here. So I mean, it's really communication. I know when I upset her, and I gotta apologize a lot for some things, but that's a part of marriage, and that's in the compromise also. Um, hey, she's not gonna always want to do what I want to do. I'm not gonna always want to do what she wants to do,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but gotta meet in the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So as long as we do that, I think we're doing all right.
yeah.
Decent. Now, also too, I think you have to keep other people out of your relationship. Like it says, when you're married, you become one. You can't have other people in your relationship because
Mm-hmm.
they'll get in your head and they'll tell you stuff, and then you're thinking like, oh, okay, well, I'm about to do this. So I think you just
Yeah.
keep it between each other. So that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. Definitely.
What you
Definitely.
got?
So yeah, I've been together for 24 years. You gave us some good nuggets on keeping your marriage together. And that's one of the things that we wanted, inviting you guys on to talk about was dating. Because a lot of people will tell you, we've said it before, you have to date one another.
Right.
Because you're changing, because you're transforming into a new individual per se. You need to date and have those conversations, like you said, open communication. And we know that you guys are heavy on date nights, which we love to see. We
Right.
are, we
Yeah.
are here for 100%. So tell us, has that always been like y'all thing to make sure y'all date each other?
So to be honest, it's kind of like I mean it's always been like a thing that we wanted to do in the past, but of course you get to working, you get to having kids, you get to having a career and a lifestyle and everything, and all of the work that you put into the relationship in the beginning. Because I'm gonna tell you, so all of that work that you put into the relationship and all of the sweet things that you do
Mm-hmm.
over years, it kind of fades off into now we're just in our lifetime, our lifestyle and our routine and everything. So we kind of sense from time to time that, hey, it's been a while since you and I just kind of been out and did stuff together and everything. So actually we just kind of really like reestablished, baby girl, she's going to be 16, so it's like, hey, we can get out and we can do things on our own without having to bring the kids with us and everything. So it's really something that we both look forward to. um I mean, we try, we like to do a lot of things a little different, when we're going out and doing different things and all, but
Mm.
we got our little spots in the bistro that we just love to death.
Understandable.
And once we started doing that, it was just like one of those things that, hey, if we do nothing and we go to Cinema Bistro, we have that little intimate moment on the movie theater and everything like that. That's just like a highlight about going out and doing something together.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Truth be told, we kind of stole one of you guys' date nights this past week.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
We went to see
355.
355, and
Hmm.
Look, that was the last thing
Yeah.
yeah, and the theater down the
we
street
saw.
from
Yep.
us.
Did you like it?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, it was awesome.
Yes.
And the theater down the street is kind of like the Cine Bistro, where you can order your burgers and all of that stuff there. And the first time we went may have been a couple months ago,
Yeah. It was.
to
We just
see.
started actually going out to places in the area
Yeah,
since we moved here. So it's just like, oh, there's the movie theaters.
right. And I didn't realize that was the setup. I thought it was just like regular popcorn and candy. um And once
Right.
we found out and went for the first time, I was just like, oh yeah, this has to be a normal thing.
Right.
Like this has to be
Yeah.
a regular thing.
Yeah.
If ever we're looking for something to do, here
Yeah.
we go, right here.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So, like we mentioned, y'all have children. So how do you, since you haven't always, practiced all the time, dating each other and stuff like that, how or do you see any impact or changes in the children, or the baby girl, because that's
right.
she's underage. Have you seen a difference in how you guys, um how that relationship dynamic is, because you're saying we're going to carve out this time, so don't call us, don't bother us,
Right.
we going to do our own thing.
Well, Naya, she was kind of actually happy that we're going out because she said as well. So she's pretty much looking forward to date night for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And it works.
So she see how it works for her. So she's like, "Oh, it's date night tonight. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Chick-fil-A." And so it's cool with her. And of course, the other two, they're older, so they don't really want to hang out with us anyway.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I think though that it's everybody, the kids, they like, hey, cool, whatever. But
Okay.
Yeah,
but we really enjoy the time that we get to spend together. Yeah.
that's
Okay.
awesome.
And in that same vein, how has it how has it changed, or how has it impacted you all's relationship? Um, since again, like you said, it wasn't a thing at the beginning, and now it kind of is. Or rather, what was the mindset and the shift? Like, what was the point where like this has to be a thing for us?
You want to answer that, boy? You want me?
Well, for me, I just felt like because we work all week,
Hmm.
and then I felt like we weren't doing a whole lot, so I'm like, okay, we gotta do something different. And Saturday we're at church, and then Sunday is preparing for the week. So I
Right.
Yep.
was like, we gotta do something, and so he decided, okay, let's pick a day. I'm out for date night, so
Okay.
I really look forward to it.
Yeah.
um. So I mean, for me, I mean, I look at it like she said, we're working, and I'm away often. Um, so knowing that, and knowing like she works, I'm still doing like the military thing and all with the National Guard, and when I have to be called up, I'm gone from time to me.
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, and so she has some really stressful days and things like that, and I mean, I just really want to like make the time for her, and just kind of ease her mind, and get her away from work, and just all of the thoughts that she's having with work and the stresses of work and everything like that. So I mean, it gives us an opportunity to just down, and really talk about some important things, and some looking at the past and what we can do better for the future, because if y'all ain't noticed already, we're a young couple, and we got some good married years in, you know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
mean,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people like, what, y'all been married that long, and you only, in your 40s and everything. So,
Yeah.
we're like, heck, we gonna be able to retire the kids, and we still gonna be young, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Right.
So we recognize that, and we just want to make the best out of that situation. So we use it as an opportunity to kind of talk about the future, and just different little plans and things that we want to have, because again, being a young couple starting this thing really early, um we didn't have the key to success, and we didn't do all of the right things, and we didn't have everything lined up that was really important. But as we got older, we recognize, hey, these are some of the things that we could have did better, dealing with money, and time, vacations, and things of that nature. So I mean, now it just gives us the opportunity to do a lot more when it comes to planning and preparing, and just still looking forward to a better future.
Yeah. Okay.
I like
We
that.
understand that definitely. I like how you guys do date nights sometimes, or at least when I see see the pictures and stuff during the week.
Yeah,
And we did it on Wednesday. So it was kind of different because we try to pack everything
on the weekend.
into the weekend. And like you said, we in church every
Mhm.
every Saturday, or we're doing ministry something.
Yeah,
And we have our own jobs and schools and stuff, and it's just like it was a nice break from
right,
the normal of I clock in, I clocked out, now I'm trying to prepare myself for tomorrow. It's like,
right.
no, like we're going to
And
the movies and we're gonna act like we don't have to go to work tomorrow, or we don't
Right.
have class tomorrow.
and I will say this particular instance, the
Yeah.
best movie going experience, uh second, I'll say second only to an instance in college with a couple of my buddies, solely because this past time it was just me and her and one other couple in the theater.
Yeah, and
And
they
then
had just bought their tickets. Like
like
Yes.
when they came, we had pre-ordered,
yeah,
so it wasn't anyone at first.
and then they showed up. And that's why I say it's second to when I went with my buddies in college, because that instance it was just us in the theater. So so we could do literally anything we wanted to.
Right.
Um so yeah, like for all those out there who's looking for a thing to do, weeknight movie nights is awesome, because
Agree.
maybe you luck up and get the theater to yourself. That's all.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
What
yeah.
else you got?
I guess I know we watch movies, we go to the movie theaters, but what is like a special date night
Yeah.
that you all have experienced or would like to experience?
Yeah.
Oh man. So see, I can't. So I'm gonna say, Cinema Bistro is just like super awesome. Once we discovered that,
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of like our special date night. We did a paint night at the Muse, and this is in Staples Mill, off of Staples Mill, um, and that
That
was
was nice.
that was really fun. That was
Okay.
I'll
really
try
fun.
that.
We got our paint on the wall. We should have put that in the backdrop for y'all so y'all could have saw that instead of my dogs playing pool. But I can't give up the date night that I want to do because
Oh,
her birthday is coming up. You know what I'm saying?
you're right. You're right.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So I can't throw that
Right. Yeah, can't give
out
away
there
the
quite
secret.
yet because I want to jinx it and I don't want to give her away to nothing. You
Right.
know, yeah,
Gotcha.
but I mean, but honestly, for me, I feel like any date night that wherever we go, I mean, it could be a simple thing as doing top golf. I mean, as long as I'm with Christina, I mean, it's a treat for me.
We
So
can tell. Well, there was when we first moved here,
Mm-hmm.
we used to go, and now this was we used to drive around Richmond. We would go to 7-Eleven and we would get the nachos with the cheese and the chili, and then we
Uh,
would get a big was it a big drink that we used to get?
The
And we
big
just
gulp.
ride around. He'd take me all around Richmond, and I really enjoyed that. I mean,
oh,
Okay.
that is
little
sweet.
simple things like that that meant
Yes.
most to me because I felt like, okay, he's taking the time to be with me. And I think we had Tyvell. Was
yeah.
it just Tyvell?
Hmm.
And he would be in the back seat. I mean, but he didn't know what was going on. So
Right.
Right.
That
That,
was when life was simple.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
right. Yes.
And
That was
I
cool.
think I think that's really important. A lot of times, especially nowadays, people get wrapped up, and some of the I'll say younger couples get wrapped up in the what are we doing, what are we doing, what are we doing,
Right.
and kind of lose sight of the fact of let's do something together. It's more about the what and less about the us. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
and
Right,
and
right.
that's one of the things um that we love about seeing you guys posting your date nights and stuff on your social media, is that it genuinely, just looking at pictures, it genuinely feels like you guys enjoy doing whatever it is together, whether it's just you two or you all and the kids or whatever. It's the enjoying each other that really sticks out,
Yeah.
and less about oh, look where we are now,
Yeah.
I
Because
think
even even the kids, like they're posing for the pictures, and
Right. Yeah.
because most teenagers and kids, they like,
I'm
yeah,
good.
no, I'm good.
Right.
So they're enjoying it, you know what I'm saying? So it speaks volumes to the connection that you all have, and um kind of like the basis of your family in a whole, honestly.
Right.
Just to see that love, even though again it's pictures, we're just seeing pictures, you can tell a lot. What they say, the
Pictures
pictures
worth 1,000 words.
right,
Yeah.
and you can definitely see it, but I'm like Christina, because I'm not a Richmond native either. So we would be riding around, just and I'd be like, oh my god, city lights, like it's
Yeah.
Richmond,
It's Richmond,
it's
right?
Richmond, but at
Right.
night you driving on 95, and I'm just like, oh, this is so beautiful. And
Yeah.
it's just us, and we're just, I don't know where we're going, we just
Just just
just
going.
riding
Yeah.
and spending that time with each other. And I think one of the main things for us was because we've had conversations like with the individuals who did our premarital counseling,
Mm-hmm.
and they've always asked us kind of like, what do you guys do for fun? We're just like, I mean, if I tell you, you're gonna probably be like, well, that's boring for a young couple, but it's just,
Right, right.
but we're spending time together.
Yeah.
And so whether we're just in the car riding and talking, it may not be a date, but we're spending quality time together. So I
Right,
think that's
yeah.
very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. And I mean, one thing talking about dating and the couples thing, but just to hit back on what you were saying about like with the kids and everything. I mean, I make a super big deal about family
Mm-hmm.
because family is so important. And I mean, I tell the kids all the time, there's nobody in this world that's gonna want to see you do better in life than me and your mom. And when it comes to being siblings, you all should be there for each other at any given time, any given day. And I mean, ever since the kids were little, I mean, we made it our business, church on Saturday, get our little nap in, we wake up, and then it's like family night. We
Right.
watching
Yeah.
movies, we playing games. We are still doing that today, and we doing it with grandbabies now. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Yes.
it's really awesome. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I mean, even if even if I tell on myself a little bit and I'm watching the movie and I don't make it as long as I used to, and I fall
You
asleep for
don't.
11,
You don't.
it's still about just having the kids and everybody
Yeah, just being there.
there together that makes it enjoyable. You know what I mean? So yep. So that's just like super. It's super important. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Most
Um,
definitely.
I'll share one of our date nights because
Okay.
to me it was really cool. And because you guys mentioned paint night, um, we don't do a lot with a lot of people. So going and at the time, I'll admit money was a little bit tight, but because I used to paint in school and everything like that, I always have paint equipment at the house, right? I always got paints and do and whatnot. So one day it was just like, you know what, let's do something together, and set out a little blanket on the floor and put the laptop up, threw a movie on, and set up paint night in the living room. And we had our little popcorn and stuff like that. And honestly, it would like that was one of the best date nights
Yeah.
that we had, because again and like we've already said, it wasn't the going out and the doing or whatever, but we made time, we made a little spot right there for us.
Yep.
And that's kind of one of the things that I want people to get out of this conversation, is really just taking the time, like, and not even taking the time, making the time.
Right.
Right.
Because life definitely does get busy. Um, if in everyone who's an adult out there understands, life becomes life, and it's really really easy to get away from you if you're not paying attention and if you're not setting aside time to enjoy each other and make time for family. And that's kind of what this whole conversation is really really about.
Yeah. Yeah. It honestly, with them, because they have children
Yeah,
already,
yeah.
it's just us. We be
Yeah, yeah.
we be like, I mean, what we gonna do next?
Right. And but even with that, it gets a little bit hectic because there's always something on the list.
Yeah.
Always something on the list to do. And so yeah, let's see. What advice do you guys have for, the up and coming couples out there?
You froze on us again. What advice do we have?
I said, what advice do you guys have for younger couples, newlyweds or looking to get married, as far as, keeping their relationship fresh, we'll call it.
So what I tell a lot of young couples, I say, I tell, I tell the guys, I say, be prepared to apologize sometimes, even when you didn't do anything wrong,
Uh-huh.
because it's
Uh-huh.
really for the sake of peace. Because because it's going to be sometimes that our women are going to come in the door and they just had one of them days, and they ain't got nobody to take it out on. But sometimes, but we can't respond in a nature like we're just gonna help throw fuel to that fire.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
we have to know how to calm them down, simmer them down, and bring peace to the situation, even sometimes when we feel like we're not the cause for the anger. And
Right.
the other piece of advice that I like to give young couples is enjoy your time before you have kids.
Please,
Because once those kids come,
please.
there will be a drastic change in your relationship.
Yeah.
And that's where we're having a conversation right now about dating, because now your focus is no longer on your spouse. Your focus is now on, let me make sure I'm raising these kids right. Let me make sure I'm providing for them right. Let me make sure I'm encouraging them in the right way, and letting them do the right type of activities and hanging out with the right people. And,
Mhm.
you're almost in a mindset of micromanaging their life, but
Mhm.
at the same time, it's being a parent, and it's caring for your kids, caring about the people that they hang out with, knowing the people that they hang out with, and knowing what they're doing, because we are the influencers of our children, and we know that it's going to come a time where the world is going to have an opportunity to influence them. And once that happens, now it's about how much influence that we put on them prior to the world getting a hold of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I say, enjoy your time together as a husband and wife. Take that time right now. Do as much dating as you can, and spending time as you can, because it's gonna, and then you're gonna be up in years, and then you're gonna be trying to work on, all right, I gotta put fuel back in the fire. I gotta date again, and I gotta do everything
Mhm.
again. So, just really enjoy that time. And as you enjoy that time with each other, with the little things, as your marriage progresses, and you get a little more time into it, and your family is really starting to get built up. um
Mhm.
you know those little things that might strike a nerve won't be so bad. you know but I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
that's my advice.
Okay.
Christina, I see your wheels turning.
Right.
No,
Right.
I don't have any advice. No, no, I just say just don't stop doing what you did to get to get each other. You get married and then you stop doing the things that you did to get the person. It's like
Mhm.
keep doing that. Don't stop doing it. And also for like women too, like when you get married, you know what I'm saying, you fixed yourself up. Don't stop fixing yourself up. Keep
Yeah.
keep yourself, look good for each other, So I mean, work together. I just feel like just work together,
Yeah.
you know.
It's
That's all I could.
And it's real. It's real.
right. And it's not just us. For everyone listening, I'm glad someone else said whatever you did to get the person, do that to keep them and more, because we say that on the
Bro,
channel all the time. And
right.
sometimes it feels like, we're just repeating ourselves, or as they say, beating a dead horse. But honestly, that's what it is. If if it took a level 10 effort to win a person's heart,
Mhm.
you should at least be willing to maintain that amount of
Right.
effort to
Right.
keep them, and
Right.
to keep them happy and engaged in your relationship.
Right. I think it's important to also realize that as the person who's listening to or hearing, continue to maintain.
Hmm.
sometimes that may look a little different than what you
Right.
started out.
Right.
If I buy this person flowers every Friday, well, maybe I lost my job and I can't buy you flowers every Friday. But you can show talk to somebody and be like, hey, can I get 2 flowers out of your garden? Or
Right.
how
Yeah.
can I make origami flowers? Like, do you know how much time and effort I will see when I see origami flowers? Like, so
Yeah.
you took the time to learn how to make flowers
Right.
so you can make the flowers for me. Okay, maybe you didn't give me my tulips this Friday,
Right. Yeah.
you know, but you got, you still got me flowers. So it may look a little different, but that's when your creativity steps in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want
Because
some roses you got me?
what'd you say, Christina?
Oh, all right. So when we first met, she let me know that really she really doesn't care for real flowers. So
Hmm.
that was a good thing because I look at it like real flowers. You put all that money into those things, and they dead in a week. You ain't
Yeah.
paying attention to them.
Yeah.
So I took that to heart, and I always for different occasions and things, I'll buy her like a little a little fake rose and everything like that, and because we call them everlasting flowers, because
Yeah.
Hmm.
she still has them to this day. And was it your birthday or Valentine's Day, boo?
I think it was found.
The beginning of the month,
Hmm.
I bought a vase and I put a rose in it, and I continue to put a rose in that vase all the way up into Valentine's Day. So I
Hmm.
mean, it some people again, it's a fake flower. What does that
Yeah.
really mean? And then I spray some of my cologne on it too,
Right. Right. Right.
give it some smell good. But I mean, it's just one of those little things that I feel like it really means a lot to her. And like we were saying, the work that we put into courting and dating and all of that good stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you, like I said, I work really hard for this woman, right? And
Hmm.
I'm still working hard this day. I called her a princess today because she's just so spoiled. You know? But
Yeah.
I mean, and it's what you do when you love your spouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I tell her, not every morning, because I know her day is gonna be more stressful than mine. I'll wake up and I'll try to make her breakfast before I slide out the door and everything like that. So that's the least I can do in the day to help her day start off well. That's what I want to do. So I mean, it is super important to just continue that mindset and that thought process of don't just let your time and your days pass by without that make the relationship better, and that just let your spouse know that they're important to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we said it on the last when we were talking about premarital counseling.
Hmm.
Um, do what it takes to to keep your spouse happy. Do what it takes to keep your relationship solid. And I
Yeah.
think that's that creativity, like I'm gonna give you a rose every day to Valentine's. Those things are I'm doing what it takes. Getting up
Yeah.
early. I'm still going to work, but I'm gonna get up early because I know your day may be a little bit stressful than mine to cook you breakfast. Those
Yeah.
simple little things I think build and maintain our foundations, honestly, in our relationships.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um. So, anything else you guys got for the people out there in social media land?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just realize that when you married your spouse, you married them for a reason. And just take that relationship seriously. Love them through the good times, love them through the bad times, and don't don't give yourself the mindset that if things don't work, we can always let it go. Always remember that you are in control of that relationship,
Hmm.
and as long as you are willing to work through the little differences, and your spouse is willing to work through the little differences, you're gonna make it. So I mean, love your husband, love your wife, and just treat them like the king or queen that they are, and enjoy life.
Right.
Okay. Christina, what would you say or what advice would you give to the woman who says, well, my husband, my boyfriend, they aren't the romantic type. They don't do all of that. What would you say to the woman who's trying to, because we know that we can sweet talk our spouses sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
um, okay. What would you say to the woman who says my husband or my boyfriend doesn't necessarily isn't the romantic type? So how do you or what behaviors, I guess, or what things could you do to kind of influence your spouse to become romantic or do those romantic gestures if you have any? Because I know that might be a little tricky.
He's the romantic type,
Mhm.
so you might want to ask him
It's
then.
real. It's real hard, right?
I'm like simple, so I mean, I it doesn't take a whole lot for me because before I met him, I had like some bad relationships. So when I
Mm.
met him and we got married, I mean, like I said, we were only dating for what, 4 months?
Yeah.
Like I met him in 97 and we got married in 98, April of 98. So
Okay.
I'm
So
not the
yeah.
romantic type. He is, but so I'm simple. He can, as long as I can get something to eat and it's what I like, I'm good. I mean, I don't
So
know.
so let me say
You
this
can ask.
in her place. So to the women out there, if
Sorry.
your
That's
husband
okay.
is not as romantic as you would like him to be, remember, we are not psychic. We cannot read your minds. So sometimes you have to tell us.
Yeah.
Oftentimes you have to tell us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's no shame in that at all. It's no shame in that at all. Because if your husband really really loves you, really cares for you, um, he's gonna appease your thoughts. He's gonna appease the things that you want to do. And I mean, just be upfront, just be honest, and say what it is, and that goes back to the communication piece. It's just talking. It's just letting each other know our likes and our dislikes. I've asked Christina oftentimes, what is it that I can do better, you know and most of the time she don't give me a whole lot,
Mm-hmm.
but nevertheless I still ask,
Yeah.
because if she doesn't tell me what I can that I'm just doing everything right, and all of my little suggestions and ideas and things and plans are just great. But if I ask her, and she might tell me when I'm in the moments when I'm not asking her what I can do to do better.
Yeah.
That's when I get more honesty in the answers. This is what I'm asking. But it's really, again, it just goes back to that communication piece.
Right. That communication piece and honestly being uh cognizant of your partner's desires. Um, if I'm not like you said, Christina's not a big, flower. I don't want real flowers. Why so why are you buying her real flowers? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
That's not taking in consideration to what she desires and what she wants. You're doing that more so for yourself if that happens. So it's just being cognizant and playing into what your partner needs or wants.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Um. I mean, unless you guys have anything else, I think that's a wrap for today.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I thank you guys for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Like I haven't talked to Christina like fully having a conversation with Christina, so it was a delight to have you
Right.
come on with us today.
And
Thank you for having us. I was kind of nervous because I don't like to talk in front of people. So,
I understand. And most people like, so what are you gonna ask me? I wanna be prepared
right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because I'm like that. I don't like I'm
right,
not
right.
you
So
said
it's
what?
okay. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm one of the people I don't
I said,
like
we're just
interviews.
simple. Right. Oh my gosh. I know.
I don't like interviews and stuff like that. I'm like, give me a list of questions. Let me write my questions down and slide it back to you.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, again, we thank you so much for lending us your time today. I think that's it.
Yeah. Do y'all have anything else for us? questions, anything?
We hope that we've said something that could be useful to other couples out here, and we're more than welcome to be back on your show again if you ask us.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No, but we really appreciated it, and we really enjoyed your time as well.
All right.
So,
Thank y'all.
and good
You're
luck to
welcome.
y'all on y'all
Yes,
show and everything like that. We really think it's really cool what y'all are doing.
I know.
I'll be honest, I didn't know to start chiming in on it and checking it out and everything. So good luck to you both.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Um,
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. All right. Y'all have a good night.
You
all right,
too.
y'all too.
All
Bye.
right.
So, yes.
Awesome
Yes.
conversation with
I was just like, what
awesome
word can I use?
conversation with Fred and Christina.
Yes.
Lot of nuggets. I really, really like that whole get the empty vase thing.
Yes.
And then like at the
He
start
about
of
to steal
February,
your
oh yeah, I'm
stuff.
about to snatch that. Get the empty vase, and then each day or
He's about to
whatever,
steal your thing, Fred.
add a different flower into it. That's I like that. That
I can't.
fellas, make sure you take that because that's a good one. That was
It
a
was
good
a
one.
really good one. It was
Yeah,
definitely a good one.
But no, as always, we had an amazing time with our guests. We hope you guys got something from it. We hope you guys learned a little bit about dating and a little bit about how to keep the dating life alive in your relationship.
Even when you're young.
Yeah. Like,
it can be done, guys.
yeah, because they say what they were.
24 years. They were 19.
Yeah, 19 when they met each other and like
Yes.
got married
The year after.
the next year.
Yes.
And have been going strong. Like, and I know them personally. As a matter of fact, that's Fred's my cousin.
That's a beautiful
Fred's
couple.
my cousin. I know them personally. I've known them for most of my life.
I really keep forgetting stuff like that because Fred, excuse me, because their family is massive. It's a lot of. It's like my family, and then
another.
it's
your
like
family.
what?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Fred. I
Yeah.
love you. I'm sorry.
But no, like again, beautiful couple, amazing couple, definitely an inspiration. One of the inspirations that we have. Young couples that we look up to and kind of see, and it's just like, yeah, they're doing something right. So
Yep. How can I copy and paste that? Thank
no,
you.
seriously. So yeah. All that being said, we thank you guys for tuning in. We thank you guys for watching. Hope you learned something.
I'm excited about 2022 because if this is how we start, no,
Oh yeah. It's gonna be litty.
I can't wait to see who next.
Yeah, big facts. We gotta come up with some more guests.
Yeah. Oh, I got a list. Check
But
your
until
inboxes.
next week, yeah, right. Check your inboxes. But until next week, much love, much appreciation. Don't forget to love each other, love someone.
Until next time.
Yeah, until next week. Deuces.